morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to a new reading vlog. So I'm super tired right now. I didn't really sleep great last night and I had to get up early and run some errands, so I just am exhausted. So I'm trying to get some coffee in my body so that I will feel a little bit better. But it's Monday, so as per usual, I feel like on Mondays I generally have a lot to do because there's a lot of stuff that like I could have done over the weekend that I end up saving for Monday. So I have a pretty big to-do list today, but I'm starting my day by taking a look at it and kind of doing the easier things, or at least some of them. But now most of those things are done. Like I had a couple errands to run this morning and I had to go and do groceries, so now I'm going to be home for the rest of the day and just doing all the other stuff that I need to do. So I'm hoping today to make some soup. I'm hoping to edit a video and also start planning out a video. I have some recent reads videos that I really need to get caught up on, but I also don't really have them planned out, so I really need to plan those ones out because if I don't, it's like all over the place. And really everything else is just kind of some like random stuff that I want to get done today and even tomorrow. I have a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish. Last week was a really productive week, but it was also a really busy and exhausting week, and I'm hoping that this week will be the same, but maybe not quite as exhausting. I'm hoping it's going to be productive. But as far as reading goes, so I'm currently reading A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow, and I'm physically reading this. I haven't started a new audiobook since I finished Love Boat Taipei. I'm not entirely sure what I want to listen to, so maybe today I'll be able to pick something and figure that out. But right now this is my current read and I am on page 36, so I'm not very far into it at all, but it deals with sirens. It's like a very low urban fantasy because it is set in Portland, and it deals with like, there's even gargoyles and stuff. Like there's all sorts of magical creatures, which I wasn't really expecting. I was just kind of expecting it to be about mermaids, but I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, like I said, not very far into it, but it is an intriguing concept and I feel like it's kind of the perfect summer fantasy and a good transition to get me into high fantasy again. I haven't been able to do any reading yet today, so hopefully I will be able to squeeze some in later, but for now I'm going to try and get some of the other stuff on my to-do list done so then I can keep on checking stuff off because that's very satisfying to me. Some solid to-do list progress has been made. I finished editing my video that is going up on Thursday, so I'm excited about that. So now, since I've done quite a bit, I think I'm going to go and start making my soup, which I don't think should take too long anyways, but soup sounds delicious right now. It is officially soup making time, so I have all my ingredients in front of me, but I love to listen to an audiobook when I'm cooking. It's one of my favorite times to do it because I get a lot of listening time in and I'm able to do like 2 things at once. Just 10 out of 10 would recommend. So I'm going to start my new audiobook now, and I've decided to go with Under a Painted Sky by Stacey Lee. I really want to try and stick to my August TBR, and this book was on it because it is a not white historical fiction, and a young adult one at that, because YA historical fiction just is very white. So this is actually about a Chinese American character, and it is set in 1849 in Missouri, and it's basically like these 2 girls end up having to flee because there's a crime that happens, but it wasn't like, it's not what it seems. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen in this book, but I know that I'm very excited to start listening to this, so I'm going to start listening to it while I make my soup. And a little pro tip, but it's not really a pro tip, it's just kind of like common sense, but I really like to use like headphones when I know that I'm going to be moving around a lot when I'm listening to my audiobook, or just to get me to focus on my audiobook more. I find headphones are really helpful for that. So I don't know if you like struggle with listening to audiobooks, maybe try that, it might help out. But I've got all my ingredients here ready to go. I'm gonna make this tomato tortellini soup. I'm super excited to make it. I just caught that pun while I was editing. Super excited to make my soup. I'm funny without even knowing it. It looks like it's going to be delicious. So got my tortellini, got like everything I need ready to go. Yay! So you might be able to guess from the fact that my hair is now on top of my head, but I am very done for the day. Like, I shouldn't be though, and I mean I'm really not, because I do still have stuff to do. Like, I wanted to do a little bit of boxing. I had wanted to change around my bookshelves like I was talking about in my last vlog today, but that's probably going to be a tomorrow project. And then I also wanted to go for a run tonight. Right now, I also had actually wanted to plan out some videos, but right now I would like to get myself up eventually to do some boxing, but like, I just don't want to do anything. I can't get motivated to do anything at the moment. I did get like most of the stuff on my to-do list done, but I don't want to do it. So I'm kind of just gonna take some time, I guess, and see if I get a second wind and go from there. So it's 8 p.m. Actually, nope, it's 9 p.m. On Tuesday, and I realized I have not updated at all today. I just haven't vlogged. I was like, oh, I should update the vlog, and then I was like, oh, I guess I should kind of start the vlog for today. So today has been kind of another productive day, but at the same time, I think I might just take the night to do whatever, because I'm feeling like the burnout is coming, and to avoid that, I'm going to try and like move some stuff that I have to do today to the next couple of days and just kind of go from there. I don't know, I have been feeling very unmotivated, even though there's like a lot of stuff that I have to do. I just have 0% wanted to actually do it. So I think tonight I am actually going to just like not even go under the guise of doing stuff. I'm just going to not do anything and relax and take some time, listen to my audiobook, like do pretty much whatever, and just, I don't know, take it easy for the night. I have only really been listening to Under a Painted Sky. I haven't made much more progress except for like maybe 15 or 20 pages of A Song Below Water. I totally forgot what the name of it was for a second, but yeah, I just like, I don't know, I haven't felt motivated to really do much of anything because I am really tired. I still have not moved any of the books that are on the floor. Like, I did at least bring up the other stacks that were downstairs, but all of these books here need to go on my shelves, and I haven't done that yet because that's going to be a project. My goal for tomorrow was to do some filming, but I don't know if that will actually end up happening. I guess I'll see, and I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of relax. I'm tired and I feel like I deserve a little bit of a break, maybe. I changed my mind like it's my job. So I started doing my shelves and I've stopped. I think I'm gonna go for a run now because I cannot decide what to do. So I know that I'm probably gonna have to take off the white books at the end, and it's probably just gonna be a whole rainbow across. But I also I like the look of this organization method, but it's very not functional. It's really hard for me to find books because like I have all the colors split up onto different shelves, so I have to try and remember which shelf I put which color on. But like, I like how it looks in photos and in the background of videos, and just like it's generally aesthetically pleasing to me, but I just don't think it's realistic. I'm struggling now. So since I can't really make a decision, I think I'm gonna take a break and like, I don't know if I want to put on all the books and then decide from there, or if I want to just completely take everything off and make a decision. That's gonna take so freaking long. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna figure it out. If I do decide to take all the books off, I'm probably gonna make a separate video for it, but I'm gonna like try to not make a rash decision tonight that I'm going to end up regretting. So I just wanted to take a second to thank the sponsor of this week's reading vlog, Busuu. So as you guys might know, I have been learning French recently. I have been doing a lot of stuff to learn it, and one of the programs that I have been using is Busuu. So I'm learning French because my boyfriend is French Canadian, so his first language is French, and I've always wanted to learn, but it's been really difficult. And Busuu is great because it makes an individual study program that can fit my schedule, so I can study whenever I want. It has just bite-sized grammar lessons, so I can do a lot of them at a time, or I can just do little intervals if I don't have a lot of time. Now, French is not the only language that Busuu offers. It is a language learning platform that offers 12 languages. So there's Arabic, Japanese, Turkish, Polish, Russian. There are a ton of different languages that you can choose from. It is free to sign up for Busuu, but if you sign up for the premium plan, you get access to all of their award-winning features. And it is a 12-month plan that works out to roughly $7.49 a month, which is super affordable. With these grammar lessons, there's also an intelligent grammar and vocab trainer, so you can repeat lessons as often as you want, so you can get learning. And at the end, you also will receive a McGraw-Hill language certificate, which is super cool. I feel like I've been making really good progress with learning French, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, but I have been kind of like intimidated by it, and Busuu has really helped to divide it into bite-sized pieces so I don't get so overwhelmed. So if you guys also wanted to sign up for Busuu and Busuu Premium, I will have the link in my description box down below. So thank you very much to Busuu for sponsoring today's video. Hey guys, happy Friday. So it's been a while. I've been really sporadic this week with my updates, and I'm sorry for that, but I still haven't done anything to my bookshelf, so as you can see, they're pretty much a mess. Like, my entire office is just books literally everywhere. So yeah, at first I was still conflicted about what I wanted to do with my shelves, and that's why I haven't really done anything, but now I'm going to put all of the books on the shelf as it is now and then make a decision from there. I don't really want to make a rash decision and then be like, oh no, what have I done? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have been spending my morning doing some video planning, so that has been pretty time consuming, honestly. I got up at 9:30 and it's now about 1 p.m. and I just finished planning the one video that I had to do. But now, since it is Thursday, I am going to make my little weekly menu, which I told you guys about last week. So I have my little life planner here and everything, so I'm also kind of making my game plan for the next week, but I also have my little what to eat and all out of things, so then I can go and do groceries tomorrow, probably, hopefully. I have my laptop too, because I am going to, like, I have a bunch of recipes pinned and stuff because I mostly make recipes from different blogs, but I also have a bunch of cookbooks here that I'm gonna use. So these are some of my favorites, or at least like some of the ones that I picked off right now. I will do a cookbook collection video at some point in my life. I'm not exactly sure when, but I do have like plans or the intention to do it. So here I have What's Gabby Cooking, which is one of the blogs that I follow, but it also just has some like really good California sort of style recipes, which I feel like are good for summertime. She also has a new cookbook that came out that I have picked up recently. So I think I showed you guys this one in my last vlog, but it's Eat What You Want. So I'm going to try and find something from there. I'm actually going to make something tomorrow from this book. And then I have, of course, Half Baked Harvest. I have the Super Simple Cookbook, which is my #1 favorite cookbook. And then I also have her very first cookbook. Then I have both of Chrissy Teigen's cookbooks because I really, really like them. And then I also have, you can't even see me anymore because I stacked all the books in front of me, but I also have both of the Magnolia Table ones by Joanna Gaines, which have some really good recipes that are just kind of like comfort food and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to make my little weekly menu so then I can have my grocery list and go and do groceries tomorrow. I had wanted to film today, but since my shelves are all over the place, I'm probably going to finish this and then do my bookshelves because it actually shouldn't take too long now that I kind of know what I'm doing-ish. I turned off the camera and then I realized that this is a reading vlog, so maybe I should update you guys on my reading. So I've mostly been listening to an audiobook. I haven't picked up A Song Below Water in quite a little bit. I think I might actually switch to the audiobook for that one after I'm finished my current listen. So I'm still listening to Under a Painted Sky, and I'm about halfway through, like a little bit less than halfway through, and I am still liking it. It's good. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I have sort of mixed feelings so far, and I can't exactly pinpoint why I do. I think it's just like, it's kind of like a Wild West sort of setting, and that's not my favorite thing. So I think that's where it is losing me a little bit, but it's definitely different, which I'm liking. It's very diverse compared to any of the YA historical fiction that I've read before. So that is a definite plus, but I'm going to continue with it and hopefully finish it in the next couple of days, because I would really like to try and finish 2 books this week, or at least 1, because this week has kind of just been like a bit all over the place. I think because last week I was so productive and everything, this week I've just been struggling to get myself to really do much of anything. I've just been feeling very, very lazy. So hopefully for the rest of the weekend, I'll be able to kind of combat that. So it's time. I'm gonna do my shelves, because I know that if I don't do it, I'm never gonna do it. Wow, is that how you really feel, Charlie? Tell me more. So let's do it. So I have finished putting all the books on and I have spaces. I made the decision I'm going to do a separate video and I'm going to put my shelves how they were before. I just don't think that this is really functional, because like, well, I have it set up as a rainbow for aesthetic purposes. It also is the easiest way for me to find books. But when it's like this, since I have some red here, some red here, some red here, and there's no real rhyme or reason to it, and there's not really a way that I can do it where there's a rhyme or reason to it, it's really hard for me to actually find things, and it's just not working for me. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna like tape these lights up though, because they get in the way. Like, I like how they look and everything, but definitely while I'm shelving and stuff, they get in the way. But as far as like productivity goes, today has been pretty good. I have gotten quite a few of the things that were on my to-do list done for the day. I do still have some stuff to do, but like a couple of those things I should be able to get done fairly quickly. So I'm not sure if I'll have much more reading time. I guess if I do my shelves tonight, then I will be able to listen to my audiobook. And also I want to do my shelves tonight because tomorrow I want to film some videos. So I basically don't really know what's gonna happen with the rest of my night, but I will keep you guys updated. So I actually just filmed a separate video for my shelf reorganization that I'm not sure if it's gonna go up before this vlog does or after, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It actually didn't take me as long as expected, which is nice, but my shelves have definitely expanded quite a bit, because I feel like purple used to be more so like in this area. I mean, I guess it's still kind of in the same area. I don't know. It's also hard to tell, because instead of what I usually do, which is go from red to like orange and yellow, and then yellow would continue over here, I had it continue directly underneath, which like I say in that video, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it like that. I mean, that's kind of an easy fix, because I literally just have to go like reverse and switch it up, but this is what it looks like for now. So we'll see if I end up keeping it like this, because I am so indecisive. So I still have the white and brown books to figure out, so I think I'm going to do that and then head to bed. But that will be my to-do list for today pretty much. I just have some filming to do tomorrow, but I'm pretty much set to film tomorrow, which is nice. So I'm in exercise clothes because I did do some working out tonight, so I've been trying to be active because it helps me to feel better, and that's been a struggle lately. But I was listening to my audiobook while I was doing all of this shelving stuff. It has not been a week where I've been able to focus on physically reading a book, unfortunately. That just like happens sometimes. My brain is just like, I don't want to pick up a book right now. So audiobooks, super helpful for that. And I'm almost done with this one. I might be able to finish it tonight. I'm not sure how much I have left exactly, but I know that I am really liking it. So I kind of wasn't sure at first, but now I'm definitely enjoying it more. I think my one thing with it is it's just a personal preference thing. I'm kind of bored by like journey narratives where they're just kind of like, it's a quest, but there's not that much happening, and they're just kind of like walking and getting places. That is just like my personal taste, but I do really like the characters. I'm loving how much the Chinese American culture is coming into this story, and just all of the relationships that Sammy is able to develop. It's just been very interesting to read, and it's not my favorite setting because I mean, I especially like, I'm not that into the journey narrative, and then I also don't really like the Wild West that much, but I do find that I am pretty connected to these characters and it's very enjoyable. So I'll have to see how much I have left, but I might just like put in my AirPods as I'm doing the rest of putting away these books and see if I can maybe finish it tonight, which would be great. I sounded like Tony the Tiger there. So I changed into my pajamas, and also I am downstairs now because this is the shelf where the brown and white books are going. So I got this shelf originally to fill with the books that I have at my parents' house still, but they never made it here. It's already full, and it's more than full because I have the white stacks on the floor. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So the shelf is not gonna be pretty. Like, it's really ugly. I'm not even gonna bother with like the gradient or whatever because I think I might actually face them spines in, which is totally not functional, but I think it'll look better because like brown and white on one shelf looks really weird. So I think I'm probably going to do that. I do want to say, like, obviously after like the 7th trip downstairs, I was like, maybe I have too many books, but I do want to acknowledge that I know I've done a lot of big book hauls recently, and I do buy a lot of books, probably too many, but I also get sent a lot of books, and also books are my job, so I kind of justify it a little bit with that. Like, I definitely buy more books than is necessary, but I do also get sent a lot, so it's not like all of those book hauls I bought all of those books. Like, some of them I did buy most of them, but the one it's because I had a video that I was buying books for. So yeah, but I want to get these books on the shelves so then I can be done on the shelf. It's not shelves, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. What are we gonna do, Sputnik? Are you gonna do it for me? No, she's gonna go on the shelf. This is perfect and so helpful for me. Thank you, ma'am. Could you help more, please? Like, I would like more assistance. She never sits there. Why are you sitting there right now? She just wants attention. It's what she deserves though, so I can't even really be mad. Also, Charlie's in bed. That's why you don't see him here. He is sleeping in his crate, but maybe if I stare at this shelf, it'll have more room. Like, I can't even, so normally I would just like double stack it, but I can't even double stack this shelf because it's a cheaper shelf and I don't trust it to not fall apart. Like, I would have gotten another IKEA shelf like the one behind me, but we don't have IKEA near me, and IKEA shipping was like, I don't know, it's like $100 for like $100 shelf. So that didn't seem like it was worth it to me, so I just didn't do that, and I just have this shelf. It's kind of just a temporary solution until we move to a bigger place and then I have more room for books in my office, but for now we'll figure this out. So shockingly, I got everything on there. I even like cleared space, not there, right there. I cleared space right there to put like a stack of books right next to it, but I actually got everything because I put those 2 stacks there. And yeah, so she's not pretty. There's also a space up there. What was I doing? But she is definitely not pretty, but she's functional. I'm not going to face the spines, and I started doing it, but I felt like it looked really messy, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. Like, I don't really care right now. I'll put decorations and stuff in front of it, who knows, but yeah, I should probably stop moving the camera that much. What I do know is that I should go to bed now. I did actually have a pretty productive day today, which is nice because, like I said, the past couple of days have just like not been it for me, but I want to go and do groceries tomorrow morning, so I really should go to bed, try and wind down. I think I'm gonna have some melatonin to try and do that and maybe be a little bit successful because I really need a good night's sleep. Happy Friday. So I finished this last night, like I said I was hoping to, and I gave it a 3.75 out of 5 stars overall. I'm kind of torn between that and a 4 out of 5 stars. I think the ultimate thing is, though, just like personal preference, is that I'm not that big of a fan of Westerns, but this one was really good. I did enjoy it. I've actually read a couple of Westerns recently because the newest, where is it? It's right here. My Calamity Jane is also a Western, and I didn't like this one as much as I've liked the other books in the series, but I did enjoy this one more than this one, if that makes sense. But my point is, this was a really good story. I loved how diverse it was, and I just loved the kind of discussions that it brought up, I guess. It was a really interesting concept, and I found myself caring for the characters so much. Like, Anna May and Sammy were just such great characters and such a powerful duo, and I loved following them as they're meeting cowboys and all this stuff. And there were a lot of really heartbreaking moments, but it had a good balance between those moments that would make you sad and pull on your heartstrings and some intense action, and then also having moments that were funny and just enjoyable. Now, it did drag a little bit just because, like I said, I'm not a fan of just like books where they're kind of walking the whole time, and when you pair that with like a Western setting, it kind of like bores me a little bit. But this did like have pretty good pacing and would pick up and had some really great action scenes in it as well. So I definitely am interested in reading more of Stacey Lee's books. I think like basically all of them. So she has The Downstairs Girl, I know, which came out, I think that's her most recent book, but definitely interested in that. And then the other one is Outrun the Moon, and I will for sure be picking up both of those eventually. I'm just not sure what. So now I have started listening to A Song Below Water. I was physically reading it, but I'm glad that I ended up switching to the audiobook actually, because I'm really liking the audiobook. It's flying by on audio and I'm enjoying the narrator. So there's a different narrator for both Tavia and for Effie, and I think they are doing a great job. So I'm on chapter 8 right now, and it's definitely an interesting world because it's a very allegorical story. It's bringing up some issues of racial discrimination and white privilege and what it means to be a Black woman and the discrimination that comes with that, unfortunately. But it's bringing it up where it's talking about like sirens, and there's sirens and gargoyles and sprites and all sorts of different characters, but in the setting of Portland. So that's really interesting. It's mixing the modern day setting with just these fantastical traditional creatures, and that's definitely an interesting mix so far. I'm also really loving the relationship between Tavia and Effie, and I'm enjoying the sisterhood that they have, and I'm really looking forward to listening to some more of this. So this week is just one of those weeks where, as you know, I have not wanted to do anything, and today I'm supposed to be filming and I really don't feel like it. I have like most of the videos that I wanted to film today. I just wanted to do 2, but I have them planned out and I've put it off all week because I've had all week to film, and today's kind of the last day that I have to film. But like I don't know, I don't feel like going and like putting on makeup and just setting up and filming. It does not sound appealing to me right now, but I guess like maybe if I can get one video done, that would be cool. So we'll see. At least if I am going to put on makeup, I can listen to some more of this, which would be great. Hello, happy Saturday night. So I have been filming today. Actually, I wasn't really expecting to, but I was just kind of sitting here and I was like, well, I have makeup on because my boyfriend and I had a date night. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just film. So that's what I ended up doing. So I filmed a couple of videos. One of them I'm not sure if I'll ever actually end up posting, and the other one I will end up posting. That will be going up later this week, so stay tuned for that. But I have been listening to a little bit more of this. I was also taking some Instagram photos. I like to have like some in my repertoire for if I'm taking a break from doing things or just like putting on a face. So I had been listening to this and I'm really liking the audiobook. I'm super glad that I switched to the audiobook for this because I think it's just a better way for me to consume this story. I am liking it a lot. I am kind of waiting for the plot to pick up a little bit. I'm probably like, I haven't moved my bookmark yet, but I'm probably about 100 pages in, and there definitely like there was a scene that was really like difficult to read, and I think this book is doing a good job of bringing up some issues that are happening now and like really happening, but also adding some different like supernatural sort of elements to it, magical elements to it. So it's a very interesting combination, but it has been a pleasure to read so far. I'm kind of waiting for the mermaid plotline to come into it a little bit more, but it is getting there. It's definitely part of the plotline. I'm not exactly sure where it's going quite yet. Now, I haven't picked up an actual physical read yet, but I think I'm going to pick up Blood for Blood, which is the second Wolf by Wolf book, because I really want to read it. I don't want to put off that sequel any longer, and I feel like now is the time for me to finally read it. So I think I might start reading that now, and I don't know how much reading I'll be able to get done, but like maybe a little bit. Hopefully I'll actually be able to focus on a physical book, because who really knows. I put on my pajamas and I did like a really bad job of taking off my lipstick, so it looks like my mouth is bleeding, but I wanted to show you guys something. So I've been spending a lot of time recently getting organized, and I found a really cool app for it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. This is just literally like what I've been using, but it's called Notion. So it's like a little database. So I have like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, so like I would just look it up, but like I have my YouTube planner in here, and then, oh, there we go. And then I have all my books in here too, which is really cool because I can like look at all of them, or I can look at them in a bunch of different views. Like this is just like my master reading list. So right now I'm like moving stuff from Goodreads into here, and I've done that all for my TBR pile, but I still have to do it for all my books that I've read. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I would look it up if you're looking for like a good digital organization system, because I like it because I can have everything in one. Like I was using OneNote from Microsoft, but I find that this actually works quite a bit better. So I'm enjoying it so far. I am going to focus my reading list on here though. I'm only going to input books that I actually physically own. So if there's like a book that I've heard about that I want to read, I'll add that to my Goodreads, but this is going to be more so focused on books that I physically own. I feel like that will just kind of be easier for me. I might change my mind on that. I'm still kind of like figuring things out for it, because it's like a system. There's a lot that it can do, so it's kind of hard. Like I've been putting my recipes in here too, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. So it's kind of a little bit time consuming to set up, but I feel like it will be worth it once I do figure it out. I also actually got a little helpful writing thing in the mail, so I wanted to show you guys that. But I got one of the Alpha Smarts. So they don't actually make these anymore, so you have to get them used, but it's just like a keyboard where you can write. It's like a distraction free keyboard, I guess is what it would be called. So you can write on here, so this will be good for like when I'm actually in a writing process rather than like planning or anything, which is where I'm at right now. But you can write into here, so then you don't have like the internet or anything to distract you. I don't think I'm describing things very well, so you can also Google that, but I'm not making any sense right now. So yeah, it is late at night, and I think I'm, oh, I said I was gonna read. I didn't end up doing that. I'm actually going to go ahead and get my plan for the next week going, and then I will pick up my book. Like I will bring it downstairs with me, so then maybe I will actually end up reading it. Hey guys, so it's Sunday night, and I'm actually going to close out this week's reading vlog. I didn't do much updating today just because I honestly haven't really felt 100%, so I kind of took the day and have just been relaxing, but I will get back to vlogging as normal. Hopefully next week I'm going to try and vlog a little bit more. I feel like I was kind of all over the place this week, but I'm going to work on that. Like that's kind of just how vlogging is going to be, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this week's vlog. Unfortunately, I only ended up finishing one book this week, which was Under a Painted Sky by Stacey Lee, which fortunately I did enjoy. I gave it a 3.75 or a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm still making my way through A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow, and I'm hopefully, well no, I'm definitely gonna finish it next week, but I'm listening to this on audio. So next week I will be finishing this, and then I also have started Blood for Blood, and maybe I'll pick up another historical fiction and kind of make it a historical fiction reading week. I'm not exactly sure yet, but you shall see next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. Thank you very much to Abusu for sponsoring it, and I will see you next week with another one. Bye!